You guys remember last week when everybody was reporting on the rumors that Microsoft was about to make a deal with Nintendo to bring Xbox exclusives to the Nintendo Switch via Xbox Game Pass and xCloud? I'm sure you guys remember. I did a video about it. It's my last one. Well, may all be wrong. What's going on, guys? Thor 19, the man with a million, back again with another video. I hope you guys missed me. I know it's been about a week since I did a video. Took some time off to refocus and get some things done in my personal life, but I'm back making videos on a daily basis. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, make sure you do that and hit the like button if you enjoy this video. Now, this information comes to us from Brad Sams, insider extraordinaire about all things Microsoft and Xbox at Thor.com. I'll have his video linked as well as the article. And he talked about everything that they know about Microsoft's next-gen plans, the Anaconda, the Lockhart, the Game Core, Scarlet, Game Pass. But what caught my eye was what he said about Game Pass. He goes on to say, and I quote here, "There's been a lot of talk out there about Game Pass on the Switch. I'm hearing from multiple sources that it is not happening. Let me qualify. That is definitely not happening in the near term. I can't ever say never because Microsoft wants Game Pass on TVs, they want it on PCs, they want it on Xbox, they want it everywhere with their xCloud stuff. But as of right now, I'm hearing from multiple people that it isn't coming to the Switch. Obviously, things could change and all that good stuff. But yeah, don't expect Game Pass on the Switch anytime soon. At least that is what I'm hearing." So that is from Brad Sams. And there's an interesting thread at Reset Era where both Z-Huge and Jason Schreier come in there and basically kind of back up what Brad has been saying. Jason Schreier saying he's hearing the same things from people who would know, who would be briefed on Game Pass games coming to, the Nintendo Switch, and he's heard it's not happening, at least not anytime soon. But then you just sit there and think back a little less than a week ago, and it's like, man, you had the original rumor started by Direct Feed Games, you had Game Informer, who I sourced in my video, saying they heard from their own sources that it was happening this year, you had Zhu Video and their whole investigative reporting saying that there was all these meetings going on. It seemed like everybody had this nailed down as 100% fact. And even in my video title, which was a little bit cheeky, I said it was coming, Xbox exclusives coming to the Switch. Doesn't seem like it's particularly happening. Now, I guess there's two separate rumors. You have this Game Pass and the Switch, and you have like Ori and the Blind Forest and Cuphead. Windows Central fully believes that Ori and the Blind Forest and Cuphead will be making their way to Switch as like a test case for the new SDK. And we've already seen mock-ups, or at least proof that Ori and the Blind Forest is making its way to the Switch from THQ Nordic. They'll be publishing it. So maybe people got their wires confused there. Now, I wonder if this will help calm people down, because if you've been paying attention to last week, a lot of people are either don't really care about Game Pass games coming to the Switch, but then there's, of course, some Xbox fans who think it's, the sky is falling and everything's doomed. Xbox is doomed. Xbox is done. No more exclusives, right? Well, now, can you sleep a little bit better at night knowing that there's not going to be Game Pass on the Nintendo Switch? And even in my video, I did say I thought this was happening. Even going back to last year, I thought the possibility of Game Pass being on Switch was something that would happen. I didn't think it would happen for Sony because I felt the PlayStation would see Game Pass as a competing service. They don't want Xbox Live on there. But I did and still do feel that at some point down the road that Game Pass will come to Switch. So when I saw the rumors that it was coming soon, like Game Informer said it would be announced this year, I was like, okay, maybe they moved up the plans a little bit. Maybe their timetable got moved forward. But it still didn't really seem like true to me. You see, I don't think Microsoft wants Game Pass on Switch before they even start next generation. I think they want next generation to be rolling, their consoles to be out, and then here comes Xbox Game Pass and xCloud. And think about it. We don't even know how xCloud even works. If you're going to run Game Pass on the Switch with xCloud, that stuff better work flawlessly. They haven't even done public trials for it yet. So to see Microsoft according to the Game Informer article and the J video, where they're like, it's coming really soon, xCloud may not be ready for prime time yet. There's a reason why nobody knows much about it, what it's like. There isn't any public trials, and it may not just be able to work yet. So the idea of it, it's going to be announced for Game Pass, for Switch this year, that kind of always like rang not true to me. But I did report it as a Game Informer thing, so I feel like Game Pass will make its way to the Switch eventually, next generation, maybe 2021, 2022. I did feel like this year was a little bit too early to make that leap, considering, who knows, maybe Nintendo doesn't even want it. I mean, we are all in the assumption that Nintendo would love for Xbox Game Pass to be on the Switch, but they may not be in love with that idea. They may not want a subscription service which would take money away from people actually buying games from them. You see, this is where rumors and speculation kind of get jumbled together. You have these set of people out there who call themselves insiders, and they say this stuff is absolutely happening. We have sources. And everybody's like, well, they seem pretty sure and they're pretty credible. And then you find out from people who actually are in the know, who I trust have the correct information, and Brad Sams is one of them, along with Jez Corden of Windows Central, who has said he has seen no hard evidence that Game Pass is making its way to the Switch. It makes you doubt all this stuff. It makes you question, which you should always do. You should always question the information that is presented to you. We live in the era of fake news. Vet your sources. Have they been right in the past? Have they been wrong in the past? Now, me and Jez have talked about this on the Xbox 2 podcast. We talked about it a year ago. We both truly feel that Xbox Game Pass will come to the Switch eventually. We're just not sure when. We know Microsoft wants it. I mean, Phil Spencer just did an interview where he wants Xbox Game Pass on every device. TVs, microwaves, fridges, any place, any electronic device that will play Xbox Game Pass. Phil Spencer wants it out there because that is best for his business model. But that doesn't necessarily mean everybody wants Xbox Game Pass. Nintendo could be looking at it and be like, we don't want you on here. PlayStation, we don't want you in our ecosystem. iOS, you know what? We're good, Xbox. Keep your shit to yourself. That all may be happen. Microsoft wants to reach 2 billion gamers, but wanting to reach 2 billion gamers and actually reaching 2 billion gamers are entirely different things. Just like, hey, we want Xbox Game Pass everywhere, and the ability to put it everywhere are two different things. Not everybody's going to be on board with Game Pass. So, to reiterate, Brad Sams says that he's heard nothing about Game Pass coming to the Switch. Jason Schreier in the thread said he heard the same thing. Jez Corden has told me privately as well as publicly that he's heard no hard evidence either. So I don't know where to go with this. I'm just reporting this as I did the last video where it was. Everybody and their mother was saying it was coming. Everybody and their mother. And some YouTubers out there have done 15 videos saying Xbox is over, Switch games, Switch is about to be the mobile Xbox. And now you hear that may not be the case. And Mikey Barr did tweet out a picture that said rumor. And of course he said it was because people assume he played on PC, but I wonder if it had to do with this thing instead. Interesting times. So what do you guys think is the truth? Do you believe Brad Sams and Jason Schreier, Z Huge, Jez Corden when they say, we've seen no hard evidence, we don't think it's coming anytime soon? Don't, say never, like it'll never happen, because there's always a possibility it could happen sometime in the future. Just not anytime soon. And I always did think this idea from Game Informer that it was coming this year was way too early in a situation where we don't even know if xCloud works properly. Microsoft hasn't even done public trials, and you're going to announce Game Pass coming to Switch, which would have to use xCloud? Some of that stuff really didn't make any sense. But it's another thing, is we have to wait for Microsoft to officially talk about all these things. We have E3 coming up in 3 short months. We know they're going to be talking about Game Pass. It's just a big business thing for them, one of their big cornerstones of their strategy. If there's anything there to these rumors, I'm sure they'll talk about it. We have Nintendo Directs. If there's any information that comes out there, it'll be in that. But as always, I want to caution people, always doubt what you hear, you know? Verify if the person you are receiving these rumors and intel from is legit. You know, I've always said, I'm not an insider. Sometimes people who know things tell me stuff, but I don't make videos claiming certain things. And while I do think Xbox Game Pass will eventually come to the Nintendo Switch, I don't think it's going to come to the Nintendo Switch for a long time. 2021, 2022, if at all. We were all just kind of jumping the gun, assuming and believing in all these other sources that said it's happening and it's happening now. And I got caught up in the river of hype to report on it. So that's a little bit my bad. So I apologize for anybody out there who was like, you know what, Rand said this is true. I trust Rand. He says Game Pass games are coming to the Switch. It's got to be true. So I apologize for those that, believed in me and now I'm reporting this. I just wanted to make it right because now there's conflicting reports that Game Pass game ain't coming to Switch, and that Nintendo and Microsoft's partnership is about something completely different. So PSA, always double check your sources. Don't believe everything you hear on the internet. And yeah, what do you guys think about all this stuff? I wonder if people are going to walk back this idea of, Xbox is done now because Xbox was done because Switch games were coming to the Xbox, or Xbox games were going to Switch. Now, doesn't look like Game Pass games are going to the Switch. Does that mean Xbox isn't done, or is it still done? I'm confused with that. Sometimes Xbox is dead, and sometimes it's not dead. But is it now dead? Is it dead, or is it still done? I'm confused. Someone can let me know in the comments below. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, make sure you leave a like. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Hit that sub button if you're new. I know I haven't uploaded in a week, but that's going to change because I just get back on the bike, And hit that notification bell if you always want to be notified when I drop new content. Thank you guys so much for watching. I greatly appreciate it, and I'll see everybody in the next video. Later, guys.